Okay, well, since I figured I was in my game room, I figured I would go ahead and do a top five video. And as you can see, the potential game room is still a mess. But while I wait on that, figured I'd do a top five on pretty much my favorite autographs I've gotten over the years. And most of these I've gotten on by hand, and some of them I just bought online or just traded with people. And we'll go ahead and start with the number five spot with essentially with the virus stuff going on, people don't go to conventions right now because they're all online. But essentially, pretty much every convention I've ever been to over the last 5 6 years, I usually get the booklets with them, and I usually get them signed. But I usually also get whatever I bring signed with them too. And this goes to pretty much probably my favorite one I've ever got these signed, and that would be from the legend himself, Eric Kaiba Stewart. And if any of y'all watch anime, y'all know all the stuff he's been in, just pretty much everything. But most people usually know him as either James, Brock, or Kaiba, but he's been in everything, as you can see here. If you don't know about him, just look him up. You will more than likely see something he's been in that you've watched. And not to mention, not just that, I also have, he signed this for me as well. It's a print of James they signed, so he was nice enough to give me an additional one when I paid for the first one. And going with that, sticking with other ones I've gotten by hand, probably go ahead and do the Amazing Beast Boy, played by Greg Sipes in both Teen Titans Go and the original Teen Titans. And it's really cool that he still continues to play him to day. Even though I'm not really a person who watches Teen Titans Go, it's still amazing that you get to see you could see people like this and grow up with them and see them and stuff that the younger generation watches. And the number three spot right now is going to go to two of them. One of them I got personally, and one I got through the mail a long time ago. Any of y'all know anything about the Metal Gear franchise, you know Cam Clark was Gray Fox, essentially, in the first game, Metal Gear Solid 1. It's a really great character. If you ever played the games, his speech at the end is amazing. And going to the next game is played by the legendary Quentin Flynn, which he's been in all kinds of stuff. Most of y'all probably know him as Axel from Kingdom Hearts, but I know him as a Raiden in the Metal Gear franchise. Unfortunately, it's sad to say that it's not really around anymore, but they made a Bomberman game not too long ago that featured Raiden. I cannot remember if Quentin Flynn reprised the role, but the Japanese voice was in there as well, so that's pretty cool. Okay, going on to the number two spot is one I also did not have originally that I was bought online, and that is essentially memorabilia trading cards. Essentially, stuff you get through, I think, like the Americana company, stuff like that. I have so many. Some of them I've bought, and some of them I've gotten from packs. But I would say probably my favorite is one that really most people don't essentially think of when it comes to getting a trading card signed is this guy right here. More than likely, you don't know him. He's been in a few things, but essentially, growing up, my favorite horror movies were the Jeepers Creepers franchise, and he plays as one of the survivors in the second movie, which is really cool because I've always loved those movies, and the fact that I have his autograph, essentially someone who's in one of my favorite movies, that's more worth to me than even some like probably a super valuable one from a movie I've seen a few times, and that's why I like that one. And finally, to round it up, the number one spot is essentially one of my favorite games and one of my favorite people signed, which is pretty cool. And this is a personalized copy of Mario Kart Double Dash signed by Charles Martinet himself. It's really cool. The game itself is already worth a good amount of money, but in fact, you got Charles Martinet signing it. I don't even want to know how much it's worth because I just think about selling it, and I don't want to sell it just because it's so cool. It's got a good amount of money, but I would probably not sell it at all. And it's also cool. What most people don't know is this was the first game to feature the voice of Baby Mario, played by Charles Martinet in this game. I believe Baby Luigi also the same as well. But essentially, most people know Charles Martinet voices Mario, Luigi, Waluigi, Wario, and obviously Baby Luigi and Baby Mario. And it's pretty cool. And eventually I'll keep making more top 5 videos at least once a week. And obviously this game room will finally be put to good use, and eventually it will come to fruition. And I hope that y'all enjoy watching and me talk about stories about the games I obtain every week, and how pretty much I give tips on how to find really good games, especially during the pandemic right now.